understand it's the popular opinion to be like, yo, we don't do what we do for money, we do it, because we love it, this, that, and the third. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been thinking about some ways, right? Look, I've been thinking about some ways to trick you, my beautiful viewer, man, my beautiful subscriber. And anyway, by the way, what channel is this again? W6 subscribers, right? We're on our way to 10 subscribers, but I really need to trick you into getting addicted to my video. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like to some look. It's my flaw. Let me even get closer to you to tell you this, right? So I can show you how much I respect you, even though I'm telling you this. Look, it's my flaw. It's my fault. It's my flaw. It's what I think and I believe that you being addicted to my videos, right, is going to get me to a level where I can literally think about it. It's gonna get me to a point where I can literally leave whatever is distracting and eating up all the time that I can use to produce more for you. So AKA you being addicted to my videos, let the algorithm think, yo, this is good shit, right? They're gonna push it out to more people, more we get a higher reach. Feel what I'm saying? Live off of the thing. Come on, bro. Why are we pretending like that's not what we trying to do? I'm just tired of the whole narrative of like, nah, no, that's a passive. No, it's not a passive thing. Especially if you're if you're on your way to only 10 subscribers, bro. We trying to get something going. Understand what I'm saying? So I respect you, but I ain't gonna lie. I want you to be addicted to my stuff, like my videos, like. No offense, bro. No offense. Just know I love you. I appreciate you. Look, I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, bro. Go ahead and like. Let me give you a moment to go ahead and like. It ain't happened yet. Right? That like, And let's continue with our reaction of the moment, which is. Introduce it one more time. 18 psychology tricks to get viewers addicted to your channel, to your videos. Shh. That's why I'm letting you in here now, right? So that let me say this trick is to bring new viewers, right? I'm letting you in on this. That's why I'm telling you this. So it's not for you. I'm not trying to trick you, right? Because I know the negative connotation in that term. My bad, my fault. Let's get to it. It's Callaway, ladies and gentlemen. Just unmute it so we can get to it.
Today we're talking about psychology. This is the biggest secret weapon used by all of your favorite creators. They are masters at this. If you want your videos to perform better, all you have to study is human psychology. But it's not just psychology principles. You can't learn this content stuff in a book. Social media psychology is how to engineer your storytelling to get a viewer to think and act how you want. And if you can do this on command, you win. Now I have over 1 million followers, done 1 billion views, and this one thing has been the biggest cheat code to my success. It is the foundational building block that powers everything, and I'm just gonna give it to you. This is my full content psychology playbook. 18 different tricks that you can use to get people addicted to your videos without them knowing it. All right, so I boiled down every video into 6.
Look, bro, I feel like I gotta explain this shit one more time. Look, it's not nothing ashamed of. Look, I'm letting you in on this. That's why you're seeing me do this. Pretty sure this video ain't gonna go nowhere. But since you're here tapped in, just know that as we go on and as we, I don't know, maybe if we find something to apply here, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And we do get that motion. It's like, I don't know, you know. You saw the nigga, you saw the the desperate measures I had to come on, you saw the desperate measures, bro, come on. And like, don't give it away, right? Like, you're part of a valuable aspect of this movement right here, right? So yes, I'm down bad. It's cool, but it's a positive thing. Again, we have to see this weakness as strength somehow. It's gonna help us, you know what I'm saying?
6 steps. Think of these like gates or checkpoints. And I need to get the viewer through these 6 checkpoints before they bounce or the video flops. Now for each one, I use a combination of different psychology hacks to pull them through. And I'm gonna break down each one of those hacks and how you can use them in your videos. Okay, so the first major checkpoint in any video is pain point acceptance. Before you do anything else, you have to get the viewer to feel whatever pain point it is you're solving for in the video. Usually the core pain stems from not having enough money, time, health, or access. Those are the 4 horsemen of pain.
Just described to y'all right now, right? Damn.
There's many ways to frame a pain, but at a base level, before you do anything else in the video, the viewer has to feel a pain point. Now I can already hear the skeptics in the nosebleeds. What about entertainment style content like Mr. Beast or Minecraft videos? There's no pain point in those. And you're 100% right. Those are pure entertainment plays. And those can work, but my take is that if you're playing for pure entertainment, the competition is much, much steeper because you're competing against Family Time, Hollywood grade movies, Mr. Beast himself, the Instagram feed, reading in bed.
Damn. Wait, so I think this might be, you know, talking to the fact that, look, I've been categorizing my shit at entertainment, right? Entertainment. I'm talking about like on the upload, on the YouTube upload, right? When we upload. So it's like on like entertainment. I think this might mean I gotta put it to, but like where, bro? Cause like there's no reaction. You know what I'm saying? My shit is reaction. We reacting. We learning. I put it on education. No, I think I've tried putting it on education. You know what happened, right? Like, they wanted me to put like titles of what I think it meant like what I'm teaching or what we reflect. It's like, no, it's not that kind of like formal education where I'm delivering the, what do they call this? I'm delivering the syllabus, or I'm delivering like, what? I'm not a teacher though, you know what I'm saying? We're learning together. It's like we kicking it here, learning together some shit, right? And it's the kind of education where it's opened up also for you viewing, like in the comments, hey, no, this is what I think. Especially when we're talking about, you know, hidden psychology, because you think we need to be people that psychoanalyze some shit. Let's do it. Why not? Like, I feel like it's beneficial, right? I'm just saying. But damn, I feel like I gotta categorize my shit under some like different shit, right?
If you're not an absolute pro, you're gonna lose the entertainment game. But if you're solving a specific pain point, all of a sudden you fit into a different.
Oh, wait, what's the pain point I'm painting right here? Let me. Copilot, help me. What's the pain point?
Hello, sis.
Look, let me ask you a simple question. Look, by titling my YouTube videos "Hidden Psychology," right? Under what category of the YouTube algorithm can I put my content under if I'm, you know, addressing psychological reaction?
Hey, Sizway. What kind of videos are you thinking about? Are we talking about making your own, or maybe finding some cool ones to watch?
Yeah, finding cool ones to watch and then reacting to that, and you know, making that reaction just like how I teach through the people, well, how I teach the audience that consumes my stuff, and then letting the engagement from them teach me some stuff. Like what's that? What could you make out of that in terms of categorizing that?
Oh, I love that concept. So you're kind of setting up this mutual learning loop, right? Where you're picking out videos to react to, and then your audience is actually bouncing insights back at you. So I'd say you're creating a bit of a knowledge exchange hub. What would you call that space? Like your own little reaction classroom or something else?
Reaction classroom, but how do I categorize it on YouTube? Under what category do you think I should put it?
Well, I'd say you could drop that under something like interactive learning, or maybe even educational entertainment. So it's not just pure reaction. You're really kind of building a community of learning through those reactions. How does...
Yeah, but I don't, like, I ain't met, you know, the category specifically that says educational entertainment. That's why I just put my shit under entertainment, because with the putting it under education, I think, okay, we'll see though.
Category in the viewer's brain. And if your goal is to make money online, value first, pain point driven content is the best way to do it. Okay, so checkpoint 1 is making them accept the pain. Now, what are the exact psychological hacks to get them to do this? I have 4 methods. The first one is by going 1 standard deviation away from the pain to trick them into accepting it. So let me explain what that means. The key with content is getting a viewer to opt in to accepting they have a pain point without triggering their BS detector. It's like robbing a bank. If you trip the red wire, the alarms will go off and they're gonna call the police. You remember when I said all core pains stem from not having time, money, health, or access? Well, the problem is if you come out directly and say something like, if you wanna make more money, do this, it often triggers their BS detector and they'll dismiss you. And this happens because most viewers are
Tutorial? My shit ain't tutorial based shit though.
smart and they think to themselves, well, it can't be that easy, right? This must be nonsense. And so then they start second guessing what you're saying. And this is all happening subconsciously.
Or it can be like maybe learning through, you know, instead of me saying, yo, if you want more time, do 1, 2, 3. It's like, yo, how I reflect on my life's, you know, my life's experiences. Just, you know, by sidebarring and telling you about this, that, and but I don't do much of that too. You know, the whole thing where, yeah, we kicking in and reacting, Be like, oh yeah, nah, sure. So look, here's how I make more time and yeah, I may say this is how I made more time. This is how I transformed my situation from this to this. But I wouldn't be like, yo, do the same thing. Like, let's go, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like that's where you know, you could even be like, I see that, but I feel like if you did differently here and there, you know, you could be, you know what I mean? And I might consider that. So, you know, my word is not gospel, so to speak, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, people can learn at their own volition, at their own just like, yeah, right?
Consciously because of their psychology. Once the BS detector is tripped in their mind, you've lost them because now they don't trust you. So this is where the 1 standard deviation away hack comes in. Sometimes it can be easier to get someone to opt into a pain by going 1 standard deviation away from what they actually want and having them make the leap themselves. For example, let's take the pain of trying to grow on social media. That's what I talk about. Most people want to grow on social
Damn, this nigga's like nerdified with this whole social media thing. Damn, it's actually kind of like, it loses me here and there a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna try to keep up my best.
social media because they think it'll help them make more money. They don't actually want to spend 40 hours a week making videos. They want the money. But the beauty is that most people assume that if they grow on social media, they will make money. They treat them as the same. So targeting the pain that they aren't growing their social channels fast enough is a way to disarm them on the money pain without triggering their BS detector. They will make the leap that you helping them with social media will help them make more money, which is what they really want. And to prove this is the case, if you look at all of my videos on my YouTube channel, anytime I talk specifically about making more money, those videos don't perform very well. But anytime I talk about specifics of making better videos or new social trends for growing faster, people associate that with making more money and those videos crush. And this isn't an accident, this is psychology at work. So the specific tactic here is understanding which of the 4 horsemen base pains you're targeting and then figuring out how to go 1 standard deviation away to solve a tactical problem. Alright, the second hack for trying to get a viewer to accept the pain point is what I call twisting the knife. Here, your goal is to remind the viewer of their pain point and the frustration that they've been experiencing because they haven't solved it. Twist the knife.
Hold on. Just remind myself of those pain points again.
Pain point acceptance. Before you do anything else, you have to get the viewer to feel whatever pain point it is you're solving for in the video. Usually the core pain stems from not having enough money, time, health, or access.
Which one are we addressing? Lack of time, poor health, limited access? Yeah, you see now, I feel like we're getting into a territory where, you gotta create like, yo, maybe going through this, you know what I'm saying? Create something. Nah, maybe I'm misunderstanding it. I don't know. Let's get into. Can we get into? Wait, hold on. I'm not gonna cover the whole thing. If you wanna cover the whole thing, check his video out, man. It's a Callaway. Twist the knife point solution. Oh, this nigga's like so technical. Oh, likability. Point of difference. Let's see what you mean by point of difference, though.
The point of difference between your plan and everyone else's. Now, the easiest way to create the point of difference is to create contrast between what they've commonly seen and what you believe your contrarian take, right? So if they want to accomplish X and everyone says to do Y and you say to do Z and you can convince them that Z is better, they will hold to see what Z is. The brain constantly is looking for easier, better, faster ways to solve their problem.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like, yo, I have premeditated on that aspect of like what I'm trying to do, right? So the whole thing of like, you know, people are going to a certain angle about like a common topic, you know what I'm saying? And you see all kind of reactions, and you see all kind of just like video essays about it, but covering the same angle. You know what I mean? I've literally chosen that, you know, this channel, it may just cover like popular topics and shit like that. But you know, we always looking at the psychology of things. Yeah, the psychology of how we got there, the psychology of like, so we psychoanalyzing, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, we've kind of addressed, you know, the pain or the pain point, the whole, I addressed the whole question of like, what's this nigga's psychological state as this is transpiring, right? What brought him to the state of being human that lives like this, that has these habits now, you know what I'm saying? And it's all just psychoanalyzing things, you know what I mean? Because that might just be like an interesting thing. It's always been an interesting thing for me to just like, even the people that I considered cool, say situations that I consider like, yo, this is mad, like I want to find myself here, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how does this person's mind work? How does this person's, like, what are their background? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, this is when I realized that a whole lot of people who were successful had to come through from backgrounds that are just like tough as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Tough as, like, that's how they came to maybe becoming people who have access, who have a whole lot of material. You know what I'm saying? Because they had to come from a lack of that, where they've developed a habit of saving up, or the habit of just like frugality, you know what I'm saying? To a point where even when they started to have money, you know what I'm saying, started applying strategies to, number one, get money or get material, their habit of maintaining that material or sustaining it through frugality or through multiplication, you know, coming up with ideas, generating ideas to multiply what we already got going on. It's like just having that as base principles is gonna have the more that you're starting to get to be just like to blow it out the water. You know what I'm saying? It could make it even go bigger type shit. You know what I mean? So I feel like I've addressed that. I don't know. Comment down below if that's what you're getting from me. Like, yo, if we cover what I'm saying we're covering, if that's what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? Interesting.
So if you create the problem and they trust you as a solve for it, and you suggest something that may be different than what they've seen before, they're going to be so curious that they will wait to find out what it is. This is building that point of difference, the contrast, the curiosity loop. Whatever you call it, that's how you do it. Now, the other psychology hack here, once you establish you have a point of difference, immediately they want to know, what is your plan? Now, people like structure, they like order, they like alignment. Structure helps them remember things. When they remember things, they feel smart. When they feel smart, they associate feeling smart with you as the person that makes them feel smart.
Oh, come on, bro. This is dope, bro. This is cool because, okay, at the same time, it's like I'll extrapolate this to a different kind of scenario. Say maybe, you know, even trying to get to know somebody. You know what I mean? Because that somebody might just like put you onto the latest topics, the latest trends, the latest this, that, and the third. You know, where, you know, before meeting that creator, maybe you just stumbled upon that creator. Then you end up realizing, damn, this guy knows a whole lot of up-to-date shit, like some cool shit. They even cool and shit like that. So it's like, you end up wanting to, like, the curiosity of what's your life about. You know what I'm saying? As that creator that you're consuming, you end up wanting to know what their life is about and shit like that. Then, you know, here and there, they might just, as they doing their little, whatever type content that they niche, their niche to, you know what I mean? It's just over. You just like, or the creator sharing little sidebars about their own life, a little side experience about, yeah, but this is my experience, da da da, and all those kind of little sidebars, they build up to have a picture of this creator, and even that can just like, you know what I'm saying, count as something, a need that has been met, because you probably needed a friend, and it's like now with all of these little info segments about his own personal life or her own personal life, you feel like you know it, and now you feel like you got a friend in this, you know what I'm saying? Therefore, you've tapped into like a regular program that you can just tap into, even if it's not even about what the creator's talking about, because, you know what I'm saying, they're a friend now. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, honorable mention right here. Shout out Astral Dior. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Young Don Reacts. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, who's that? JP said it. Tapping my boy JP said it. He just recently got monetized. I'm excited, bro. I was tapped in since the nigga was like 400 subscribers. He recently got monetized. I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And it also like just like it was my cup up. Pause on some shit. Like, it makes me like just keep going. Be like, yo, dog. I'm actually much more closer to that. So that's crazy. So I'm now like I don't even give a fuck about like topic of whatever it's breaking down. Not don't give a fuck, but like it's not about that anymore like that, right? Shout out Birdo. You know what I'm saying? Backboy Feek. Yeah, that's the whole term. Yo, Omizi, bro. Omizi crazy. You know what I'm saying? His content, like, I'm there beyond topic or whatever. And also Ty Boogie, bro. Like, that's just like the few honorable mentions I'd mention. And obviously, if I could provide the same for whoever's viewing me, that's cool, that's shit.
And they trust you more. So the best way to deliver the plan in structure is a list. These are my 5 tips for doing X. These are my 18 psychology hacks. Present your thoughts in a structured list. The brain is very good at understanding numbers and chunking things down into steps. That's how we learn everything as a kid. If you jump into your tactics in the video without teeing it up as a list, without putting a structure around it, people will feel lost and confused. If they're lost and confused, they churn. So now for the last time, I'm gonna pull up my full hook from this video one more time, and I'm gonna show you how I walk through creating the list and creating the point of difference. Okay, now I actually embedded the point of difference a little bit earlier, like 2 birds, 1 stone. I talked about this in the pain point section, but this is the point of difference. So I said, if you want to grow on social media, you need psychology, but not psychology in a book. You need to understand how to implement psychology to hack viewers' brains to do and act how you want. There's kind of 2 points of difference there. There's growth. You think it's this, I say psychology. There's psychology. You think it's book learning. I say it's actually implementing in videos. There's actually 2 subconsciously there. And I did it earlier instead of later because I'm trying to use the fewest amount of sentences. I figured it was 2 birds, 1 stone. Now the ordered listing comes later. Obviously, this is me saying I have 18 psychology hacks. I have a full playbook. This is me presenting the plan to you. And then right after I finish the hook, I then reiterate that there are 6 checkpoints, and those checkpoints are stage gates. I say it again because I don't want 18 to feel overwhelming, so I say 6 again to break it down. That's how important it is to explain things with structure. And this all happened in 24 seconds across 12 sentences. If you can pull a viewer through these 3 checkpoints as fast as possible, they will then be primed for the rest of the video. Okay, so
nice. Let's see what else, bro. What else? Energy, trance rhythm. Yo, you guys so into this thing, bro. There's like a point called trance rhythm in here. Like, are we trying to put these viewers in the trance type shit? That is crazy. Check it out, dude.
But a great way to do this is what I call a trance rhythm. If you create a desirable rhythm with the cadence of your words, they will stay because it's soothing to listen to. I've noticed that the monotony that comes with same length sentences actually leads to boredom, and then people churn. So the best way to do this is to use your voice as an instrument and try to deliver off-balance enunciation, off-balance cadence to create this rhythm. Keep them on their toes. Some short sentences, and then deliver some long legato sentences, some compound sentences, some quick sentences. Keep them off balance, and it creates this trance style rhythm where they're just locked into hearing it. It's almost like music in a way. You look down your script and you don't see a jagged line with the end of your sentences. That means all of your sentences are around the same length, and it creates that monotonous plodding feeling. You want that jagged line. So look down your script and make sure you have that. All right, so now we've come to the last checkpoint, checkpoint 6. This is what you're after. The whole reason you do 1 through 5 is to get
nerdy about, yo, this is crazy. Like, I appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, I do appreciate it. Right? I do appreciate it. But like, don't look at this and be like, yo, this is how a nigga's supposed to do step by step. You know, come with every step exactly and follow it exactly. It's like, nah, dog. Like, trance rhythm, put your people in a trance so that, you know what I mean? But as I broke it down, it's not like trance in a negative state. So that we can all get to this realization of like the intention of why we do this. You know what I'm saying? And with the added benefit of us living off of it. Come on, let's not act like that. That's not a benefit. You know what I mean? So it's not about like, at the same time, it's not about following these steps exactly step by step. Right? Hold on. Like, y'all can go tap in, man. Like, this is the 3rd time I tell y'all this. If y'all want the full exact video breakdown from, you know, beginning to end, I just want to get to the the last point right quick, the recap, so that, you know.
Psychology tip hack number 18 is the recap. Tell the viewer what you're gonna do it, and then remind them at the end of what you did. That reminding is the recap. This is the final nail that closes the loop on that pain point solution gap. And that by doing that, it reminds them that they should take the action if they haven't yet solved the pain. Watch, I'm gonna show you an example right here as I close this, but I'm only doing it as long as you take the action. Look in the description. All right, guys, that's all I have for this video. Those were 18 tricks to hack viewer psychology to get more addicted into your content. If you like this video and you want more breakdowns like this, I kind of like making these, but I don't know if you like them too. If you like them, leave a comment. Let me know what I should cover in the next.
I fuck with it. I ain't gonna lie. I mess with it. I mess with it.
I ain't tryna be seen forever. Cause this mind is straight chatter, but I can barely say something. You feel like shit don't matter, so beware the fun cutting. It's volumes of demise. I hear the sound buzzing, so when she said she wanna die, and he sees she ain't bluffing, so he held her to the skies, cried sour momentum. Passive with goodbyes, I'd rather you tell him. But now the truth is I've digressed from all the feelings, so it's forever though. Like my mama's son missing, ain't no telling, do they love or did they kill him? The dominoes have fallen, we can't go back to beginning. This existential crisis, the reason I cannot keep competing and keep on living. So it's back against the world, seeing all your value once you dealt with all the dirt. Backing up slowly from these diamonds and pearls, quote unquote. I mean, fat lady sings, I see the writing on the walls. I mean, back to the sin, cause it was pride before the fall, and now it's just over. Fat lady sings, I see the writing on the walls. I mean, back to the sin, cause it was pride before the fall, and now the demons grin, there's no temptation too tall, so it's forever.